There are moments when you pray and nothing happens. No sign. No sound. No breakthrough. And in that silence, doubt creeps in. You start wondering if God heard you, if he forgot you, if he moved on to someone else's prayer. But if I told you this, when God goes quiet, that's not absence, that's activity. This is the BasiaTV podcast with me, Just Basia. Welcome to our third episode in our series entitled Silent Season. This episode is called When God Goes Quiet, That's When He's Working. We'll be right back.
Media mogul and the legend agent to the biggest names in international cricket. This is BasiaTV podcast with Basia Powell. This episode is brought to you by 124 Not Out Sports Agency, the #1 agency for international cricketers in North America and the Caribbean. Welcome to the next level.
I need to tell you something about the power of divine silence. The greatest example of the power of silence is God Himself. God is not loud. He doesn't need to shout to prove His presence. Miracles don't arrive with sirens. Transformation doesn't announce itself. When people say, God spoke to me, it's really a booming voice. It's a dream, a sign, a knowing, a gentle nudge. There's a deep reverence in silence. Prayer happens in silence. Healing happens in silence. Breakthrough happens in silence. So if you've been praying and the answer hasn't come yet, don't give up. Because God has 3 answers. Yes, not yet, this is not for you. And here's the truth. Many people don't want to hear. God will never deny you something you truly deserve and are prepared for. But unlike us, God can see around corners. He sees the whole road, not just the next step. And because of that, He has to line things up. God is a God of timing, and timing requires trust. Let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Okay, guys, we're back. And if you've enjoyed what you've been watching and what you've been hearing so far, please give a like or leave a comment and click subscribe and follow so you can always be in the know for new inspiring content. Why silence tests us? Many of us don't struggle with faith when God says yes. We struggle when God is quiet. We pout. Yes, we do. We complain. We question. We behave like spiritual toddlers, throwing tantrums because God didn't move on our timeline. Some people have put God on mute because He isn't doing what they want. But here's the thing. God does not take instructions from us. He created us in His image with specific gifts and purpose. He already knows the outcome. God never works in noise. He works in silence. And the deeper your faith, the more reliable His response. We're all waiting on something from God. Every single one of us is waiting on God for something. Healing, financial favor, direction, love, clarity. Waiting doesn't mean God is slow. Waiting means God is precise. You can pray 500 times a day. You can pray to 10 different gods. But if you have no faith and complain the entire time, you will stay stuck in the waiting room. How you wait matters. Let's use the highway analogy. Think about how the government builds highways And bridges, they don't rush. They take years. They measure, they reinforce, and they plan. Because rushing construction would be catastrophic. So why do we expect God to fix life-altering problems in 5 minutes? Big prayers require deep preparation. Let's pay some bills, and when we come back, I will share some more lessons that I've learned in delay.
This segment is brought to you by 124 Not Out Cricket Academy, based in Georgia and Florida, USA.
Welcome back, guys. Before the break, I shared that big prayers require deep preparation. But even with the preparation, there can sometimes be what we perceive to be delays. But let me tell you, God's delays often come with lessons. There's an old saying, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. Sometimes God hasn't shown up yet because the lesson isn't finished. So while you're waiting, ask yourself these questions. Question number 1, is this an appropriate request? Are you praying for something or someone that doesn't belong to you? You can't pray for somebody's man, somebody's woman, somebody's house, somebody's money. God is not going to bless confusion. You feel me? Question number 2, what is God teaching you while you wait? Patience is a skill. And sometimes God knows you don't really want what you're asking for. I've been there. He'll wait you out until you let it go. Haven't you ever looked back and thanked God for an unanswered prayer? I have. Remember Tyrone? You wanted him to marry you. Later you found out that Tyrone was married with 5 baby mamas in another state. God knew Tyrone was not the one, so he didn't answer that prayer. Your prayer was on ice for your protection. Your silent season reveals whether you truly need what you asked for. Question number 3, are you actually ready? Some prayers require a version of you that doesn't exist as yet. A baby, a career change, a new level. Timing is everything. Sometimes God is protecting you from your own impatience. Yeah. Question number 4. Are you comfortable with silence? Do you enjoy your own company? Silence is necessary for building. Reconstruction doesn't require broadcasting. Everybody doesn't need to know what you are praying for. Pray with quiet confidence. Wait with a smile. God doesn't respond to constant complaining. He responds to belief. Don't ask God for something you don't believe He has the power to give you. Prayer is powerful. Faith is powerful. And silence is the engine that drives them both. So the next time you pray and it feels like God is quiet, don't assume He's absent. Assume He's working. Because God doesn't solve problems in noise. He solves them in silence. And sometimes, His silent season is the loudest proof that your breakthrough is being built. You've been watching and listening to Just Basia. Thank you for sharing this moment with me. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe, comment, and follow. And share this episode with 2 or 3 of your good friends so they too can enjoy new inspiring content. Thank you guys for watching, for listening, and always remember, your location determines your value. So be careful where you place yourself and who you place yourself with. Cheers.
The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the individual speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views of any affiliated organizations or entities. The content shared is for informational and entertainment purposes only and does not constitute legal, financial, medical, or any other form of professional advice.